Mitochondria are the power stations of cells, tiny organelles that produce energy for cells by breaking down food and turning it into a chemical that cells use to power all their biochemical reactions. Mitochondrial genome is necessary for life and gets copied every time cells and the mitochondria multiply. It is different from the nucleus DNA, which you get from both parents. For the mitochondrial DNA, you get 100% of the genome from the mother. During fertilization, half a genome of the nuclear DNA from the sperm combines with half a genome of the nuclear DNA from the ovum, resulting in a combination of genes from both parents. So you get 50-50. Mitochondria from the spermatozoa are thought to be left outside the egg, and only the nucleus DNA goes in, so only the mother's mitochondria is passed on to baby. Mitochondrial DNA, that's mtDNA, can therefore be used to trace maternal lineages genetically to the oldest matriarch. So essentially, despite the mutations, we all eventually trace back to the same common female ancestor's mtDNA on the maternal line, who was dubbed mitochondrial Eve. So the LO haplogroup, L1 all the way to L6, carry the most unmutated mtDNA. No mtDNA has been found to survive from human admixtures with other hominins like Neanderthals and Denisovans, found mostly in non-African populations. Mitochondrial Eve is the oldest maternal ancestor from whom all modern humans traced their mitochondrial ancestry. She is thought to have lived approximately 200,000 years ago. Mutations have occurred along the way. However, we can still trace the gene from which the mutations occurred. This scientific finding aligns perfectly with the Luo people's oral history of Apodtho, known to some as Sopdet. Mitochondrial Eve, mother of all humans, lived approximately 200,000 years ago. The most robust statistical examination to date of our species' genetic links to mitochondrial Eve, that is the maternal ancestor of all living humans, confirms that she lived about 200,000 years ago. The study was based on a side-by-side comparison of 10 human genetic models that each aimed to determine when Eve lived, using a very different set of assumptions about the way humans migrated, expanded, and spread across the earth. Studies are still afoot to determine what triggered the mutations. Some factors that can trigger mutations are adaptability to environment, diseases, exposure to UV radiation, or errors during replication. All said and done, human autosomal DNA shows that we are very similar. Features that are important to function and survival are more than likely to be preserved to ensure continuity of species. Therefore, you'll find certain amino acid arrangements being replicated across species. As you can see here, Mice and chicken have been found to be 84% genetically identical to human beings. Other species identical to human beings are rice and bananas. So apart from the Luo groups like the Luo of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Congo, Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, the LO haplogroup has been found as far south as South Africa. In 2014, an ancient DNA analysis, more than 2,000-year-old male forager skeleton in southern Africa, found that the specimen belonged to an LO subclade associated with the Jew, a subgroup of an indigenous people of the San tribe. He survived by fishing. Similar results have been found in the Tuli region of Botswana, where mummified remains were found to contain the LO haplogroup. You also find the same in all the regions that we've shown you that Luo migration took place, like Yemen, Tanzania, Mozambique, Namibia, the whole of Eastern Africa, and parts of Western Africa.
Lapita's results contain something I'd never seen before. When we examined her mitochondrial DNA, the genetic fingerprint passed down from mother to daughter across generations, we found that she carries DNA from the oldest maternal haplogroup, a very ancient branch of the mtDNA tree, just adjacent to what scientists call the mitochondrial Eve, the most recent woman from whom all living humans today descend. When mitochondrial Eve was walking around, there were no human beings alive outside of Africa. Everybody was black in the whole world.
I predate race.
You predate race, yeah.